because I'm learning the language. GG. All right. All right. Haere mai ki Aroā Pānui. Reading comprehension. I'm Whaia Katie. Yeah. Welcome to this class on Ratu Rua Te Kauma Ono Akuhata 2025. I need to get my years better. But this is today's lesson. So before we get into it, let's do our kupu whakatūwhera. So, kia horo te marino, kia whakapapa pounamu te moana, kia tere te kārohirohi I mua I tō huarahi. Aroā atu, aroā mai, tātou e a tātou katoa, tihei mauri ora. I hope you're saying mauri ora out loud to yourselves. You obviously don't have to have your mics on, but oh, it's such an empowering feeling when you say it, when we say it all together, even digitally. And there's the translation there. Okay, so just a reminder of our expectations, especially if this is your one of your first lessons with us. So you are not required to have your camera on. You're welcome to, but you're not required to, okay? Some of you feel a little bit nervous in this space. In fact, I can almost guarantee all of you are. So please do not feel the pressure to have your camera on. And for the duration or the majority of the lesson, if you could have your chat on mute, that would be great, just so we're not having to compete. There are times where you are more than welcome to, and if you would like to contribute, here are the following ways. So, mena he pātaito, if you have a question, you can either type your responses in the chat, like you have been doing so beautifully, and that is very normal. If you're feeling like you would rather kōrero talk about it, you can raise your hand, and you can have the floor open. But it is very common to just engage through the chat. Okay. Right. Of course, we are here now. Last time I had a few akonga who were saying they were like making lunch and doing the dishes. If we can try and stay focused during this lesson, I think we're going to get more out of it. Now, I can't control what you do, but I would really encourage you to aro mai, pay attention, okay? Because if you're struggling with reading, you want to take the most out of these lessons, because reading is one of the most important skills, okay? Right, the learning intention for today. We are learning to connect what we read to our own experiences, other texts, and the world around us. And I'm going to know that I'm successful if I can make a connection to something I've read or experienced and can explain how my connection helps me understand the text. You're not necessarily going to be assessed on those exact things, but those are really good check marks for you to see if you can use today's skill. Right, so I'm going to introduce you to our strategy today, which is making connections. Then after that, we're going to look at a text called Princess Iwa. And then we're going to do a sticky notes activity. And then, what a shame, we'll do more Gimkit. Right, the kupu hou, the new words for today. We've got whakawhaiti, which means to relate. Okay, that's going to be a good kupu to have. Whaiaro, this means personal. You're going to be making personal connections today. And marama, I use this kupu all the time. I used it when I was classroom teaching. This one means to understand. Okay, when we're reading, we're not just reading to be able to pronounce the words. We want to be able to understand what we are reading. Right. Making connections, or in te reo Māori, Tūhono Whakaaro, okay? Tūhono Whakaaro. Morena tamatua, good to have you. Right, so making connections is when we make links between what we already know, which is our prior knowledge, and the text. And we've activated our prior knowledge, or we've been practicing that skill, so this is a good one to build on top of. There are three types of connections we can make. And the first is called text to self, and we're only going to look at the text to self one today, because if we did all of them, we'd be here for a long time. Okay, so what we're just going to focus on today is when we read a text, can we connect with the text with our own experiences? And so this lady reading her book with her very fancy boots on, she says she's thinking, this part makes me think about when I lost the necklace my nan gave me. I know what it feels like to lose something precious. So I wonder if she's reading something about somebody losing something precious, and she is making a connection to that herself. She's trying to relate to those feelings. Okay. The language we expect to have when we are making connections. This part reminds me of, oh, I remember when, I think that one all the time when I'm reading. That makes me think about a time when I felt like a certain character, when I had a similar experience, when that happened to me once, when, oh, that's a common one. Oh, this sounds familiar to me. I think I would have felt different from a certain character because I know a person like this character. That part is similar to in my life because, and this is different from my life because, okay, can you all give me a thumbs up reaction if those sentences help you understand what it means to make connections? Do you know how to react? Kapai, kapai, kapai. Look at all those thumbs up. Kapai, yep. That's it. Yep. So we can see how those sentence starters help us make connections with the text. Okay. This means that you're understanding what you're reading. That's the aim. All right. So our text today is Princess Iwa, and it's by Angela Pānui. Okay. So I want you to take a look at this pikitia here. Because before we start reading, oh, yes, in the glossary. So we've got to think contralto, the lowest singing voice for women. So if you see the word contralto, that's what it means. She means they're a low singer. Right. So we've got a picture, we've got the name Princess, and we've got a singing voice. That's what we've got so far. So what do we think the text might be about? You can chuck in the chat if you've got some ideas of what you think this text might be about. Yes, that is a very good prediction because all of those things are mentioned. You just turn them into a sentence. I love it, Sapphire. You can, something that ties with the princess kapai. Yep, that's exactly it. Disney princess ripoff, Tamatoa, sit down. You can like react if you agree with any of those suggestions. If you four are thinking the same thing. Tamatoa does have a very good sense of humor, doesn't he? All right. What about the age of the picture? Does it look like a new picture or an old picture? Older picture. I. Yep. Vintage looking. Oh, good use of vocabulary, Sapphire. I love it. Um, has anyone either seen or have a pikitia that looks like this, where it looks vintage, maybe somebody's cloaked, kind of old eye. Now, it's not a korowai. The kupu will come up, but she's wearing, she's wearing her feathered cloak. She's got some precious thong around her neck. Has anyone seen a pikitia like this before? You can just react, or you can chuck it in the chat. But has anyone seen? Oh, hi, Eve. Eve, your name is actually in our text today. Yeah, Kapai Dakota. I'm hoping that a few of you have seen a few like this before. And Cody, you've seen some as well, ka pai. Eve, do you know that your name is Iwa in... No, Kate Pai, I'm so pleased you're here. I'm so pleased you're here. I'm even pleased you're here because the name of our princess today is Eve, and Eve in Te Reo Māori is Iwa. So, yeah, maybe in museums. Oh, yep, you could well have. You'll hear my connection in a minute, and maybe that will make you think of one as well. Okay, so let's give this reading a go. Okay. Hopefully I've made it big enough so you can read along. I am going to read the text out loud, okay? So if you really struggle to read, I want you to see and hear how I'm pronouncing the words, and hopefully the sentences will make sense, okay? So, one day, many years ago, I was visiting my paua when I noticed a photo of a beautiful wahine on the wall. She had long, wavy hair and wore a kākahu, that's what it's called, a kākahu around her shoulders and the heitiki around her neck. She looked to be about 18. Now, the cool thing with this is we actually have the picture, so it's easy for us to visualize this picture because we have it in front of us. So our skill of visualizing is nice and easy with this one. I asked Paua about the photo. He said it was of his sister, Eva. I wondered why I'd never heard of her. Paua explained that she'd gone to England in 1911. That's probably like 100 years before you guys were born. She was the lead singer in a Maori concert party and went to have a successful musical career in Europe. There, she was known as Princess Iwa. Can you hear how similar it is? Iwa, Eva? Because there's no V sound in Māori, so they have to use the W instead. She never came home, Paua said. I felt the sense of lost travel from his heart to mine. I can already make a few connections, maybe not to the exact scenario, but maybe to some of the feelings that are being had here. Many years later, I came across the sheet music for Hine e Hine. This was a lullaby made famous in the 1980s when it played on TV to signal that programs were over for the night. There was a caption under the music that caught my attention, sung by the New Zealand contralto Iwa. Surely this was Paua's sister. But if it was, why did the caption later describe her as obscure? Hadn't she been famous? Has anyone heard that waiata before? Hine e hine? If we have time at the end, I'll play it if you haven't. Yes, you have. Good. How cool. You can actually make a connection to this text. I know. Can you also believe that there used to be a time back when we used, yeah, cool, yay! I was hoping you'd have a connection to this. This is an example of a connection to a text. What was my thought? Can you believe that there used to be a time where they would just stop putting TV shows on the TV and the TV would just be showing nothing? I mean, it's hard because I don't have a TV, so because I just stream everything. Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, it's amazing how technology changes over time, eh? With Paua's sadness fresh in my mind, I decided to learn everything I could about my great aunt. I wanted my whānau to know more about our tipuna. I would try to bring her memory home. It took many years to put the puzzle together. I went to libraries and museums to search for Eva's name in old newspapers. I spoke to family, kaumātua, and historians. Slowly, piece by piece, the story of Eva's life began to take shape. This is what I found out. And guess what? You're going to have to find out on your own. We will look at you'll look at it later. But that's all we're going to read, because obviously I don't want the lesson to be spent reading the whole time, because we're going to practice our strategy for today. So can you share your whakaaro, your thoughts, in the chat? Did we guess right with our predictions? And especially if you can start thinking about what times you connected um, in the reading. Was there anything that made you think, oh, that makes me think of, oh, I've heard about that, oh, I've seen that? Any of those, they are welcome in the chat. Yeah, yeah, exactly. And isn't that fantastic? Doesn't that make us feel confident as readers when we can use the glossary and the title and the picture, and we are right? We can actually use those things to help us make meaning when we're reading. Haere mai, Kataraina. So good to have you. Yeah, no, and exactly, because we weren't expecting to your Disney prince. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh goodness, Tamatoa, you are far too much fun to have. Um, but yeah, no, you weren't to know about the Europe stuff. But that's the beauty of reading, is that we got to learn more. So the title told us what it was going to be about, but we didn't know all the details. Oh, thank you for those engagements, Koto, because no, it's so good to have you. So good to have you. I'm so, so, so happy you're here. So you do not need to stress in the slightest about arriving late. You can arrive late. I'd rather you arrive late than not arrive at all. Yes. See, a few of you were today. I think there was something in the water. Maybe it was cold where you when you didn't want to get out of bed. Or maybe you're still in bed now. Who knows? Lucky. Right. So let us play. Well, let's apply our kōrero. From memory, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to get to go into town. Katie Pie, you're here now. I'm very happy. All right. So I'm going to share today's whiteboard, and I'm going to put the whiteboard in the chat for those of you who are using their Microsoft account. You are welcome to to contribute yourselves. Okay. So I can edit, copy link, and let's chuck this in the chat. So here is today's whiteboard. So you're welcome to join. If you can't join, you can just chuck in the chat and I'll transfer this across. Interesting. Why has it done that? Anyway, so yeah, okay. Just going to move this here. Okay, so those of you who you can't join Kate, but so you need to be using your Microsoft account, your My Te Kura email, to be able to contribute. If you can't contribute, you'll just add in the chat. Yeah, I know. It's because you're not using your Microsoft account. If we have time at the end, I'll show you how to do it. But I have emailed you the instructions to your Gmail. Kate's Pipe. Yeah, I know. It's because Tamatoa, you're actually in my team, so you're a legend. I've sent the instructions to your Gmail. so that you can join my team and you can actually access all of this. Signing in with your My Te Kura email, not your Te Kura Gmail, is what's going to help you access anything that we do in this class, except for GimKit, obviously, which is the best one, so it's fine. Okay, so I have a few connections that I was able to make, but I think, oh yeah, so if you can't make connections, chuck them in the chat and I'll copy this across, and then this is going to go onto our team so that you can review this later. So the first thing that I thought, oh well, we know the song Hine e Hine. So that's a connection that we can actually think of the song in our head when we were listening to it. So are there any other connections that you made? I'll keep thinking of ones. People who are joining in, I can see you up here. Yay. Please feel free to pick a sticky note, start typing. If you can't type in it, just look and add in the chat. There were some other ones like I have, oh, why does my computer do that? I have seen photos like this before in marae. That's my big one. When oh, you deleted it. Kate Supply, we can actually, what color do you think it was? Let's just duplicate this guy. Look at that. Easy fix, Tamato. It's like it never happened. So don't, you're all right, Tamatua. Don't forget, if you're thinking of ideas and you can't add into it yourselves, chuck it in the chat and I'll copy it across. What was the other one that I was thinking of? Oh, this made me realize how much technology has changed. We stream more than we watch TV. That was a connection that I made. Most people relate to the, and I can't see the icon down there. Oh, yeah. Oh, Sapphire, it's just you. I see. Marama. See? Using it. See, great. That's what I was hoping. Anyone else want to chuck some things in the chat? I love that Sapphire's contributing into it. It's awesome. Don't stress about the spelling. Don't stress about the spelling. I can fix the spelling, okay? Oh, what was the other things that I was making connections to? Oh, my connection is I have performed. Give me some answers. You weren't able to connect to anything, or am I just stealing your ideas, Tamatua? Actually, no, Tamatua, do you know what you can do? Your one can be about Disney princesses. So your connection is that this lady made you think of Disney princesses. That is actually making a connection. So you can pop that one in, please, Tamatua. I have performed in Europe, but I was nowhere near as famous. That's my connection. So Tamatua, add your one in, please. Yes, most Māori people relate to the heritage that relates to the waiata. Oh, Sapphire, goodness, you are very articulate. My goodness. Thank you, Tamatua, adding the important stuff. Good man. I'm trying to do my Microsoft account, but it says your account is locked. If you, there is time because Fire Lily's class is not happening. So let's have a call after Rangi Marie and we'll fix it together, okay? We'll fix it after today's lesson. Yeah? Kapai. You and I will have a kōrero after. Princess Ewa is 900. Yes. Oh, another easy one. I love singing. That's a nice, easy connection. Anyone else love singing? What other connections to the text? Oh, the other one I was thinking of was feeling loss. I think that's an important one. Why that one? There you go. Feeling loss. Do you remember when they talked about there was like a connection between her uncle, her dad and her Paua and herself. There you go. Yeah, yeah, definitely. So Dakota, I'm chucking that in there. There we go. Look, all these beautiful. It's perfect, perfect. So we've got several people. So I can, what I'll do is, there we go. So we can include, look at that. See, you can make connections through this. Yes, Sapphire. Um, yeah, I guess that's a connection. So remember, this is not just about recalling what happened in the story. It's about you, when you're reading, you're thinking, oh, I know that song, or, oh, that's interesting. I remember when. It's that kind of thing that we're thinking about. Oh, yes, look at that. She loves to sing. Awesome, 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 awesome. These are wonderful contributions. Just love it. Can anyone else think of anything else? If you do, I'll just add it to the whiteboard. Yes, yes, that is a connection, Sapphire. That is a connection. I love it. Yeah, beautiful. That's absolutely a connection. I love it. All of those things. It doesn't matter. Yes, 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 yes. Dakota, that is absolutely one. I'm going to chuck that in. These are exactly what I want for connections. Look at that. We nearly filled the whole thing up. Oh, this is awesome. Oh, I just love it. Yes, your dad listened to Goodnight Kiwi. See, look at all these connections. I love it. These are all examples. So it doesn't have to be exactly what's in the text. It's about you thinking, what does it make me think of? Those things are really important. That's how it makes us understand the feelings. It makes us, helps us visualize. It helps us ask good questions. This skill is so valuable. So I'm so proud of you guys for coming up, honestly, with the most engaging ways to make connections. So, as I say, if you add yourself to my team, you'll have access to this after, okay? So, let us go back to, oh my goodness. I'm so proud of you guys. Seriously, so proud of you guys. Okay. So, what a shame, Pānui. What a shame. We're going to have to play the game. We're going to play a new game of Gimkit. And this time it's going to be about the text and it's going to be about the skill of making connections. So hopefully you have an idea of what the questions might be about. I'm not going to play this time because I don't want you to see the answers. Oh man, I'm so proud of you guys. That was seriously some awesome engagement. All right, let's chuck that in the chat. Oh, I did go on. Yeah, okay. Awesome. And I love that you're chucking your names in. You guys are getting really good at this because I actually use this to help me see how much you've learned. Okay, so definitely, definitely use your names. You guys have figured it out. Thank you so much. It looks like everybody has used their name, so we can get started. Let's go. Yeah, it works this time, I know. Isn't it great? Right, let's get into it. Let's start answering those questions. Get in there. I'm just going to go for a wander because you guys are all focused. I'm just going to walk around. Natalia, what are you doing up there? Come and answer some questions. And Sapphire, what are you doing? Get in there. Answer some questions. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, Eve, you're in there twice. That'll explain why you're not moving. And Sapphire, you've had to do it twice too, I can see. You guys are far too cool. Do you know you can get a starfish at Cosmic Cove? Now, remember, this is a short game, so you definitely want to answer the questions and make that cash. Three minutes. Oh, I haven't fished at that pond before, Aroā, to let me know how it goes. Look at you all queuing up. Arns and Cody at the same pond. Sapphire's just purchased a ticket to Purple Pond. Yep, you definitely have time. Oh, Aroā, need to go and sell your fish so you don't lose that fish you've just dropped. Oh, Tamatoa's off to Purple Pond. Have a good time. Have a good time at Purple Pond. Ding, 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 ding. 2 minutes. Sell, 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 sell. Don't forget to keep selling that fish. Eve, you're off to Purple Pond. Have a good time. It's like your trip to Purple Pond was successful, Eve. Oh, the leaderboard. I'm loving it. You definitely want to be going to Purple Pond. You've got a minute though. But fun fact, you tend to earn more money when you go to Purple Pond if you haven't worked that out already. Mine lost connection. Oh, that's so annoying. It's okay. We've only got a minute left, Natalia. So you need to sell your fish first, Aunts, and then you can go get it. Sell your fish, sell your fish. Right. 30 seconds. 30 seconds until this game is over. So sell, sell, sell that fish so you can get to the top of the leaderboard.
Fish.
Yeah, fish. You gonna get it, Katarana? Get that fish. Get it. Yeah. Sell, sell, sell. It's 5 seconds. Sell, sell, sell. Oh, well done. GG, everybody. Good game. Look at that. Sapphire smashing it out of the park. Tamatoa coming in at number 2. Woohoo! Love it. You're starting to get the idea, Whānau? How the game works. I love it. Well done. Well done. Goodness me, I love that game. Especially because you guys have the best attitudes. You got fifth. Yeah, see, we'll celebrate. I just love you guys are the best. All right. So Just looking at the time. Trying to make sure that we finish comfortably, because now that our timetable is so full, definitely can't just dilly-dally. Right, so where's my chat? Okay. Yeah, oh, you guys have the best attitudes. I'm seriously obsessed, honestly. Just so good. Okay, so here is a new element of our um this is a new element of our series, because we're not going to get better at reading if we don't practice. Okay, so I'm going to introduce a segment called Te Puka Puka o Te Wiki, or the Book of the Week. So with the mahi that I assign you, especially when you join teams, is from now on, you can actually choose to do the activity with whatever text you want. Okay, I'm still going to suggest a text, so Princess Iwa is still there that you can do it with. But from now on, if you want to choose a book that you are reading yourself to do the activity, that is absolutely fine, because I want you to enjoy reading. Who knew? Okay. So for those of you who struggle with reading, oh, yay, yay. I love that you love reading. Look at these people chatting. Love it. Can't wait to hear what they have to say. I don't know whether to keep talking because I'm so interested in what they're going to say. So same, yay, yay. So from now on, when you do the hey mahi, only fiction, that's fine, that's fine. I love mainly non-fiction, so we're all different. Look at all this. Manga, perfect, or manga, if you pronounce the Japanese properly. Love it, cool. So, you can use your own text, but for those of you who are in the hui because you struggle with reading and you're like, I don't even know where to start, each week I'm going to introduce you to a book or a series of books that are easier to read, that are for your age and have been recommended by ākonga your age. Okay, so here is this week's one, Wings of Fire. Can you give me a reaction if you have heard of Wings of Fire before? Ah, kapai. Right. So I didn't hear of Wings and Fire until I became a teacher, because everybody loved reading this book. Okay, and you'll see there's actually a bunch of series there. So if you enjoy this book, good news. Yes, cool. Yes. Yay, that's the right reaction. See, you're getting a whole bunch of seals of approval. If you haven't read these before, I highly recommend. Okay, so do you like adventure, kingdoms, mystery, friendship, and action? Then this series is for you. So this follows 5 young dragonettes and their different breeds fulfilling their prophecies. It's a very popular series, as you've seen, and there are roughly 200 pages per book, and you can get this in a novel and a graphic novel. So for those who enjoy manga, there is a series there for you. And because they're so popular, you will actually probably be able to find them in the Te Kura library. Okay. And what I might do, again, we won't have time today, but what I might do is introduce you to how to do it if you haven't done so already. Your town library almost will definitely have it. Most town libraries today have digital libraries, so they might have it on there. Your whare might already have it. Maybe another sibling's read it before you. Maybe a cousin or a friend's house might have it. I've been offered by a friend to read them from their house. And ebooks. Ebooks, YouTube, yes, there you go. So if you haven't read them already, rangi mārie, definitely ask. YouTube also has audiobooks of some of these books. Kapai, give it a go, rangi mārie, you might enjoy it. So those are the different ways that you can access the puka puka without having to buy them. Wouldn't that be great? You can, obviously, you're welcome to buy them, but these are all the ways you do it without spending the money, okay? All right, so don't forget, the first thing that you need to do once this lesson's over, especially because unfortunately Whai Lily is unwell, you have time after this to complete the check-in. Oh, I forgot to have we've created a video so it can show you how to do it. you need to join my team. Don't forget to stick around if you want some help. I will walk you through it. And I'll show you now what the double entry journal looks like right now. So, because I have assigned it. All right, let's share the screen so you can see what I'm doing. Right. So for those of you who have not joined my team, you'll see there's a bunch of hey mahi here. So if you're ever during the week going, what work can I do? Join my team, engage with the mahi, okay? So here are the other weeks. Why is the first one not there? Anyway, so let's go to student view so you can see. All right, so down here is the text, okay? And down here is your one that you are to do, okay? So if you don't have a text yet, you can just use the rest of Princess Iwa, which I think you... No, she's unwell. I know. She has such a cool class too. So you can choose Princess Iwa, or you can pick a different story or article that interests you. And in the journal, which actually I think I have put here, this is what it will look like. Okay, so in this case, I've chosen Princess Iwa. You might delete that and put your own. And here is an example of what it looks like. So because this one is digital, I was able just to copy and paste the text. And this is what I wrote. This photo reminds me of looking at all the photos at the marae. I often wonder what stories of each of those people could tell. And that was referencing the beginning, okay? So this is what the journal looks like. Here we are, right. So as you read, look for parts that stand out to you. Remind you of something in your life. So it doesn't have to be big. Just anytime it makes you think of anything in your life, it makes you feel something or raises questions or thoughts. In the left column, you're going to copy the text that made you think of it. And on the right-hand side, you're going to write the connection. Okay? There's the example there. And if you can think of at least 3 entries of yourself, so do not include mine, you've got to do 3 of your own. So there could be 4 entries there. If you leave mine in, you might have 3 if you delete mine. Okay, so that is this week's mahi, to practice making connections. Okay, so if you're ever wondering during the week, what can I be doing? Join Fire Katie's teams and get in there. So that is this week's mahi. I am going to put... Okie dokie, I love it. You guys have the best attitudes. And let's go to where we are up to. Okay. Now, at the end of the call, I will put my contact details up. So don't disappear until I've copied and pasted the contact details into the chat, because you'll lose them. Okay. So let's finish with our kupu whakakapi, and then I'll put the details up to finish, okay? So here we are. Kia mutu a mātou mahi, mō tēnei wā, manakitia mai mātou katoa, o mātou hoa, o mātou whānau, ai o ki te aorangi, humie, huie, taikie, okay? Just before you disappear, I'm just going to pop the contact details into the chat so that you have my contact details, including the link to join the teams, okay? Go. Yeah, and once I finish stopping the recording, I will walk people through. Right, where's the chat? Here are the details. So if you know what you're doing or you have somewhere to be, you can now leave the chat because you've got my details. All right, so ka kite koutou, kia pai tō wiki, and I'll see you later. You guys are amazing. Honestly, so love having you here. Oh my gosh, you guys are so cool. You are so welcome, Sapphire. So good to see you. Uh,